Guys, welcome all of you. Today we start the new topic, oscillators. Before we start the lecture, do like, share and subscribe the channel for more and more fresh content. So see, in this chapter, first point is important. It is introduction to feedback. So what is feedback? The process of injecting a fraction of output energy of some device back to the input is known as feedback. Feedback is useful in reducing noise in amplifiers and making amplifier operation stable. Depending upon whether the feedback energy opposes the input signal, there are two types of feedbacks. First is positive feedback, another is negative feedback. So first, positive feedback. In positive feedback, the feedback energy, that is voltage or current, is in phase with the input signal and thus aids it. Positive feedback increases gain of the amplifier, also increases distortion, noise and instability. Because of these disadvantages, positive feedback is employed in amplifiers, but the positive feedback is used in oscillators. So see here, positive feedback is important in the case of oscillators because we use positive feedback in the oscillators. So see, this is the diagram, circuit diagram or overview diagram of positive feedback. See here, if what is our definition of positive feedback? Here amplifier is present, here feedback network is present. So when feedback energy, that is this feedback network is present here, so what is the definition of feedback? The process of injecting a fraction of output energy, that is a process of injecting a fraction of output energy back to the input is known as feedback. So therefore, in this positive feedback, feedback energy, that is feedback network produces the feedback energy which is in phase with this input signal. Therefore, suppose, let us see, suppose this is the input signal V in, that is input voltage, this is the input signal and this is the feedback. Feedback voltage, this is the feedback voltage VF. So see here, this positive peak corresponds to this positive peak and this negative peak corresponds to this negative peak. That means the input voltage and the feedback voltage is in phase, that is it is in phase. Therefore, our definition is the feedback energy, voltage or current is in phase with the input signal. That means these both are in phase. So this is called positive feedback. So why it is? What? So see how it is done. See here, if we apply this input voltage to the amplifier, then amplifier introduces 180 degree phase shift. So if we applied 180 degree phase shift, that means our wave is like this. Correct. So this is applied to the feedback network. Now the feedback network also introduces a 180 degree phase shift. Therefore, if we apply 180 degree phase shift, this wave is now this. Therefore, this is our feedback voltage, and this feedback voltage is in phase with this input voltage, that is same in phase. That is positive peak is correspond to positive peak and negative corresponds to negative peak. Therefore, this is the positive feedback. This is used in oscillators. Then next is negative feedback. In negative feedback, the feedback energy, that is voltage or current, is out of phase with the input signal and thus opposes it. Negative feedback reduces gain of the amplifier. It also reduces distortion, noise and instability. This feedback increases bandwidth and improves input and output impedances. Due to these advantages, the negative feedback is frequently used in amplifiers. So negative feedback is only used in amplifiers and the positive feedback is used in oscillators. So see the diagram or overview diagram of the negative feedback. So in the negative feedback, input signal is out of phase with the feedback energy or feedback signal. Therefore, if we apply the sine wave here, that is V in, that is input voltage applied to the amplifier circuit, then amplifier introduces 180 degree phase shift. Therefore, this wave is, therefore this wave is like this. Then this wave is applied to the, or this voltage is applied to the feedback network, but in this negative feedback network not introduces the phase shift. Therefore, we can get the wave as it is. So this is our feedback voltage. Therefore, see here, this positive peak of the input voltage corresponds to this negative peak of the feedback voltage, and this negative peak of the input voltage corresponds to this positive peak of the feedback voltage. Therefore, that means the input voltage or input signal is out of phase with the feedback energy. Therefore, this is the negative feedback. So in this lecture we seen that what is feedback, positive feedback and the negative feedback. In the next lecture we see the next part. So do like, share and subscribe the channel for more and more fresh content. Thank you.